Okay guys, this is our dining and living room. It's a really narrow, long, open area, and if you have any ideas how you're going to plan it, I would really appreciate it. But let me show you or walk you through what's in here so that you have an idea how difficult it is because it's a long, narrow, open space. So where I'm standing, this is the front side of the house. That's the street right there on the window. And this thing that separates the other area on the left, this thing right here is the chimney for the heating. So basically you can actually use it later if you want to build an open chimney here, but that's later because it's not on our budget. And going into the left side, this is a bit bigger than the other one, and I'm planning to use this as the living room. TV right there. Good thing is that there is a window and a door in there going to the terrace, so it's an access also into the garden. So you can see there's the backyard garden, which is a lot of job again for me to develop or landscape. And on the other side of the wall, right there, this is just blank space right now. So my idea is to, if I will stand on the entrance, this is the entrance door actually. If I'm standing here, so if I am going to enter the space, I need something like a focal point on that wall. So it's somehow that also acts as a divider to the dining space on this side, and the living room here. I did everything in the IKEA planner, by the way, and I will show you now the plan. Okay, so this is the layout plan of our open, long, narrow, rectangle living space, as you can see on my introduction. And this is the IKEA planner, which I think really useful in some ways. And these measurements here, these are correct coming from our plan layout. So two things. What I did here when I designed this space is that traffic, like where or from where the people will be coming from, and also what's the route when people are walking into this tiny space. Second would be placeholders. That means that this furnitures here doesn't mean that I will be getting all of them. These are just placeholders so that I could plan my electrical layout. That's to me very important because we learned our lesson when we are living in the apartment that there is really not much of receptacles on the walls, that we really have to run a lot of cables. Okay, so just to give an orientation, this is the living or dining area, and this is the living space. This is the front side. I mean, you can always see it here on the other view. So this is the front side of the house. This is the window that will be looking at the front view, and this is the back. These are the windows as well that you can see from my intro. And of course, you can always see the whole thing by just looking at the whole layout like this, just to give you guys an idea how I did this. So if I will start with the traffic, so this is my main door, the hallway is here, kitchen is here, and then we have a tiny door in this corner going to the kitchen terrace. So the traffic will be coming here like this and also going into this tiny home office area, which will be used by my wife. And this is the main door, which is, if you enter this space, you will be greeted straight away by this bookshelves that I put mainly as the focal point of the entrance. And then if you go into the left side, of course, you have the dining area. I also put here a big outlet for the pendant light that will be installed in this space. And before we talk about electricals, I just want to go through one by one what I did here. So before, I was thinking that the living space will be on the left side, but I think if the dining area will be here, it's kind of weird that if you go inside and you straight away see people eating, and to me, I don't like it so much, that kind of vibe. So I swapped them. This is the living space now, and also since there is this tiny little corner here, which is also a killer of the vibe, especially if you're eating here and someone is working on this area, then it just doesn't make sense. So to me, this is more, let's say, making sense, this kind of layout. The zoning part, I use the carpets to zone the areas. And of course, this area here is somehow kind of acting as a separation between the two zones, the dining and the living. And of course, these bookshelves here still bridging the two zones, which I think much more better that way, instead of just putting like a sideboard, whatever, which is pretty common and I don't like it so much. Okay, so that is mainly the plan of this long, narrow, rectangle living space that we have. And then the second part would be the electricals. What I'm trying to say is that it's really important that you lay out all your furnitures, because that way you can intentionally plan all your electrical outlets and also the lamps. So for example, here, I think it's better if you do it like this. You can see that this is the TV area. So I already planned to put a lot of outlets here because I will be using this for TV. And also here, tiny office area, I also put receptacles here. And in this area, I also put a lot of receptacles because I know I will be putting some lamps. And here also there is another lamp. And if you go into the other side, here also I put outlets, because the reason why, if I will change my mind again and I will put this TV space here, then I have outlets again. And not only that, if you guys think, oh, this wall is so empty, the thing is, what I plan is I will make this as an accent wall, something like with the paneling that makes the whole vibe of the dining space like really homey. So that's my plan here, since you cannot plan the paneling in IKEA planner, so that's why it's blank. So that's my main plan on this wall. This storage here, which act as the storage of the utensils, and also on top you can put some things like phone chargers, flower vase, something like that. So it's really intentional, all the furnitures that I put here. And actually on this corner, this big plant is just like really kind of annoying to me sometimes. What I'm really planning on this corner is to make like a reading area, a tiny reading corner. Like, let's say adults are talking in here and my kids are getting bored, so they can always transfer on this tiny little space here, and then they can play with their tablets, you know what I mean. So that's basically my plan there. But since I cannot execute it with IKEA, I just put a plant over there. So basically, that's the whole thing. One more thing before I will forget. This space here, this is gonna be the playing space for my toddler. So that's the reason why this is really empty here, because I can imagine they will be playing here all the time. Okay, so that's it, and I hope I give you guys some inspiration, or let's say my presentation is helpful to you on how you plan your open space. And quick disclaimer, by the way, I'm not a designer. I'm just mainly using my my common sense and my experiences in living in spaces. So yeah, just to have a quick overview of what I did here, that's basically it. Hope you enjoyed my presentation, and if you have some comments or questions or suggestions to make my plan much more, let's say, sensible, then please let me know in the comment section. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.